Apologies for the annoying elevator music. So I got some work to do in my workshop. I'm making a new stand for my drill press. So I usually buy this 24mm, that's almost an inch thick plywood. That's basically a 3 foot by 6 foot sheet for, I don't know, 5,680 yen, 6,248 yen with tax. The reason I buy that is this is really good stuff. It's actually underfloor layment. It's a bit rough, but if you go over here and look, this is the horrible, awful Luan, the Philippine mahogany, and you can see the 24mm there is 8,788 yen. The 18mm, which would be 3/4, is 6,000. So that's 6,000. It's actually the 24mm underfloorman is actually cheaper than this. I mean, it's a stand for a drill press, so it's gonna be solid. Horrible lumber core stuff, which I don't even buy for anything. So, and that's really about it for plywood around here. I mean, for the drawers and that, I'm gonna use some 1/2 or 12mm. They don't actually have 12.7, but 12mm will do. Today, this is the choice I have for my 12mm, or basically 1/2 inch plywood for the drawers. This is the Luan, it says, but I think the top one's actually Shina. And that's 28.8, so 3168. Or this one here, which is like a sheathing for a wall, and this is 2618, so that's like $5 a sheet cheaper. Figure I need a couple of sheets. Figure I'll get this stuff. It's a workshop drawer under the drill press, so I don't think I need the super smooth stuff, but it'll do. And this is good quality stuff. Greetings from the workshop. So as you see, I bought some plywood because I want to do some changes in here. If you look around, I don't know how much you can really see, but right now my workshop is a total disaster area. I've been really busy with work and for like the past 6 months, and this place is just kind of falling apart. You guys know what I'm talking about. You get really busy with work and you just kind of stuff things on benches. Here's my bench. It's actually kind of a crap magnet. And my table saw, which is actually fairly cleaned off right now, but the place is just a mess. I really need to do some cleanup down here, but I also need to make some changes. And one of the things I've kind of realized recently is that I really got to go through here and get rid of stuff that I just don't use, I don't need. Some of it I'm going to give away, some of it I'm going to maybe sell. Most of it's just going in the trash because that's what it is. One of the kind of pitfalls of my work is that I often end up with extra pieces of whatever. The stuff costs money, and it's hard for me to just throw it in the garbage. But it's paid for and it's taking up space, and sometimes you just got to go in the garbage. So I'm going to do that. But one of the big things I'm going to do is I'm going to redo my drill press stand, because at the end of the day, I'm just not happy with it. I've had it for a couple of years now. I put a new drill press on it. Actually, I got rid of the other drill press I had when I got a better drill press. And I just want it to work better. And so I'm going to do a little rearranging, and hopefully that's going to spur me on to just kind of clean up the mess, because it's a mess. So this is my drill press here. This is an older Hitachi drill press that I got from a friend's friend. Father-in-law had passed away, and it was going in the trash, so I saved it from that. It's a really good drill press. It's an older one, probably mid-70s, but it's very, very good quality, and I really like it. My other drill press that I restored is upstairs in my metalworking area. And anyways, this drill press is a little bit beefier and bigger and stronger, and I just wanted to use it down here. So I have this stand underneath it that I built. And I built this because I wanted to be able to put, like, each one of these pulls out, and these have a double box of fasteners and screws and all kinds of stuff here. And this really does work really well. I like it. The problem is it's too tall. I mean, this is probably, well, I mean, this, I don't know if you can see, but this is, for me, this is quite high up. And I got to kind of stand on a box to use it, which is kind of ridiculous. So I want to make one that's, down here kind of. So what I'm going to do is, I need this. I'm not going to get rid of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that, excuse the mess, over here. I have 2 garbage cans here behind all this crap, And one of them, these are just too hard to get out of. They're hard to get and clean, and so they end up just being a junk pile. I have a thing over here that I use for garbage, and that's better because it's easy to empty and easy to get rid of. In the one side over here, there's a bunch of metal and crap that I need to throw away, and this one here is an actual garbage can. It'd be like an archaeological dig because I haven't emptied it in probably a year. All this wood needs to go somewhere else, and I'm going to put that stand over here. So it'll fit in there. I've measured it, and that'll be and it's on wheels so I can move it, because sometimes up there is the hatch that I use to go out of the workshop, and sometimes if I have something very large, I need to remove the entire hatch. Let me just flick that light off, because the hatch actually goes from there to there. It's like 4 foot square. Usually I only use that part, but sometimes. So I can move it, and the stairs are also removable when sometimes I got to take something large out of the workshop. So that's the plan. So like I said, this place is an absolute pigsty right now, and I really need to clean it up. So that's what I'm going to do. But the main point of this video is I'm going to get rid of this stuff. I'm going to move that stand over here, and then I'm going to build a new stand. I don't have a lot of time. I've got a day or two here to do all this stuff. I got kind of a hot minute between jobs, and I'm going to utilize it. So stay tuned. Okay, got that cleaned up. Took a little bit of work, but I got it done. Now the drill press is sitting here, so now I have to make a space for this big huge thing, which is going to fit under the stairs, but it's going to stick out a bit more than I thought it would. Not sure if this is going to work. Heck of a time to find that out. Anyways, onward and upward. Well, I've had some time to think about it, and basically moving this huge big unit over there, it's going to stick out quite a bit of ways from those cabinets. And it's just going to be in the way, because that's obviously a place where I walk a lot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this. You can see the drill press sitting on the bench here. Well, if I lower that enough, I think I'll lose 2 sets of drawers, which is 4 of those, four of these containers. But actually what I think I'm going to lose is I'm actually going to go and I'm going to lose more than that. And then the very top drawer underneath the drill press, I'm going to make a bit deeper, and I'm going to put drill pressy kind of things in there instead of having them all around the shop everywhere. So that way I have quick access to all that stuff. So then I'm going to have at least 6 more of these things to set up. So if you look from the bottom there, now these are big wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty high. So I think I'm still going to build a cabinet over here. But the cabinet over here, because I already have a bunch of nuts and bolts and screws in that cabinet. So I think the cabinet over here is going to mainly be for screws and that kind of stuff. And the cabinet over there will be more for, well, you know, I got hole saws and other things in here too. But I think I'm going to probably, because I can still buy these, and they're very useful. So I think I'm going to do is here, I'm going to actually build a taller cabinet that's only going to be 1 depth of these wide instead of 2 like they are now. These are 2. And that way I'm going to build a new cabinet there for a bunch more of these, because I mean, you always need more of these. I'm already running out of space in these things. And then I'm going to scale this cabinet down so it's at a better height for the drill press over there. So that's what I'm going to try. Now, the drill press. What height do I make the drill press? Well, basically I think I'm going to make it the same height as my workbench. It seems to be a pretty decent height for, you know, grabbing this. I don't think it's too high or too low. I think it's about 55 or 56 inches to the bottom of the chuck here, which I think, I looked it up online, is pretty much in the ballpark. I think there's a wide variety of heights that you could put it at. So, yeah, that's the game plan. Interesting little sidebar. I've got these drawers out. When I was pulling these apart, I noticed that most of the side rail here were loose, or actually there's actually a screw missing there, and the screws are all loose. And I think that's because, stupidly, I use these little teeny tiny screws that came with the rails. Going into the side of the plywood here, they were fine, but going into the end grain of this plywood, not so good. So while I have this all apart, I'm going to take all these drawers out, and I'm going to add a couple 3, because obviously I got more spaces, right? A couple 3 like inch long screws. I don't know why I use those little screws. I guess, like I said, they came with. So Anyways, kind of upgrading the system while I'm redesigning it. Well, that's that pretty much wrapped up. There's a few more things I want to do on this drill press. It doesn't have a light. I'd like to have a task light here. It's got a mount there, but I got to just figure out a light for that. And there's a collar that goes on here. I have it right here. And I want to, this is, I don't even know what the heck it's there for, to be honest, but this collar, I want to make a thing that, you know, it comes down and you can set the depth, put a little wing nut thing on it, but that's going to be for a future date. Quite pleased with this, how this worked out. I've got 4 drawers of screws here now. This is mainly like wood screw kind of things, you know, pointy screws, not machine screws. And then this bigger one here, I have all of my extra drill bits and stuff in here. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I put this little piece on there just to stop stuff from going in here. I put larger fronts on the drawers because a lot of dust and stuff was getting in there, and I just wanted to, you know, keep it as clean as possible. But this is all using scrap lumber, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I reused the top here to cover this up because, you know, cover up the base because it's just so much easier to keep it clean when it's like that. But this is basically done. This is the next step. Got to clean this whole area out here because I got all these boxes. Also, I have room down there, and the very bottom isn't full. I didn't put any more of these boxes in here because these are all like nuts and bolts and machine screws, and I want to put the nuts and bolts and machine screws over here. And I've got, I think, 8 here. Yeah, and I figure I can easily put, because this is only going to be 1 deep, not 2 deep like over there. I think I can fairly easily put 12 there. So that would be great. Clean that area out, reclaim it kind of thing, and put a cabinet there with 12 drawers in it for nuts and bolts and all the rest of that kind of stuff. The other thing I was thinking about doing is in here I have these drawers, I have wood screws in boxes, and I was thinking of actually making a couple of drawers like this there, but I don't know, this seems to work pretty good, so kind of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So okay, so I think this is going to be part 1 of this video. I'm going to because this is going to take me some time yet. It's a fairly big job to clean all that mess up and build a cabinet. And I'm in the middle of a renovation right now, so I'm kind of doing this when I got a little bit of time. Got to clean the workshop up a little more so I can build some drawers for this renovation I'm doing. But anyways, that's about it. Anyways, everybody, I just wanted to say hi. I haven't seen you guys for a while. I've been quite busy. And thanks for following along. And we'll get back to part 2 as soon as I can. Take care. Bye-bye.